What up, good people? This is your man DJ YM, and I'm your new favorite DJ. And welcome to the Rally Point, where always I'm joined by my lovely co-host, my best friend in the world, Miss Lady Jae. Miss Lady Jae, what's good?
What's good, E? Let's get it. It's another good day.
I hope so, Jay. And you know what I say? Every day above ground is a good day because it's another day to be able to do something different. Lady Jae, I got a couple topics that I want to talk to you about today.
All right.
You know, I've really been steering clear of the political conversations, right? When it comes to, did you say that's unfortunate? Lord,
Yeah, I did.
I mean, but you know, we've both been trying to steer clear of the politics and the political conversations. Especially when it comes to Donald Trump and Kamala Harris with the upcoming presidential election. We've been kind of steering clear of it because I don't want to get into a deep political conversation. But I'm starting to get very irritated with all these people coming out talking to black men.
You'll be fine. Prayers.
You know what, Jay? You know what?
Sorrow.
You know, I just want you to know. I just need for you to know. But here's my problem with it, Jay. You know what I mean? This is the issue that I have with it, and this is the problem that I have with it, right? At the end of the day, whoever I decide to vote for is my business. Right? You can campaign and you can talk about it and you can do everything that you want to do about it, but at the end of the day, it is my decision on who I vote for, right? Whether it's going to be Kamala Harris or whether it's going to be former President Trump, or I'm sorry, Vice President Harris, let me correct myself, or former President Trump, whoever it is that I decide to vote for is my business at the end of the day, because whether I vote for either one of them, I have my own reasons for why I'm choosing the person that I'm voting for, right?
Right.
But these things is coming out like you black men, you better do what the black woman say do because you don't know you don't know what you doing, black man. So black man, you better just shut up and follow the black woman, black man. That's how it's starting to come across to me. Right? That it like and I don't care because I'm grown as hell. Right? I'm 43 freaking years old. You know what I'm saying? So at this, yes, and I said my age. I'm 43. Right? I don't give a damn if
congratulations. Congratulations.
Yeah, I don't give a damn about what Obama got to say when it comes to voting. I don't give a damn what Magic Johnson got to say when it comes to voting. I'm going to vote for who I want to vote for, and who matches what I want to do with my family, and who matches what I want to do with my finances, and who I think can better lead the country. That's who I'm going to vote for. So all this damn finger wagging and you better do this and you better do that. You can kiss mine. You know what? You know what, Jay? I mean, that's how frustrating it's getting, right? Because it started, you know, with different news and media personalities, you know, basically saying black men just shut up and vote for Kamala Harris. That's where it started, right? Legit, like in no uncertain terms. That's where it started. I can't remember the young lady's name, but I want to say I think it was on CNN. I think she was on CNN. And she was essentially like, yo, black men, you just shut up and vote for Kamala Harris this time and just get out the way. That's basically what she said, right? Then we got Magic Johnson coming out talking about this is who you need to vote for. Now we got Barack Obama talking about, you know what? Y'all vote for who y'all gonna vote for and I'm gonna vote for who I'm gonna vote for. How about that? Right? I mean, I understand the politics behind it and I understand, you know, them trying to rally the troops because they nervous. That's what I think it is. They nervous and they like, well, we ain't gonna get Kamala in without the black man's help, so we gonna talk to y'all. But instead of saying, hey, here are some facts, data, and statistics on why you should vote for Kamala Harris, everybody wants to wag their freaking finger at us, talking about this is what you should do and this is what you got to do. You know what? You and all this hemming and hawing. Say something. Shoot.
Well, one, I didn't hear it. I didn't see the commentary.
Jay, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying.
I mean, so listen. I'm gonna give my opinion. And it's gonna be rolled back.
It's gonna be rolled back. Okay.
Yeah. So number one, I was taught by somebody, a really good NCO taught me, it's not the sender, it's the receiver.
Right. A very good NCO told you about that.
So if it's coming across like that, I can understand how that can be frustrating. Nobody likes to be told what to do.
I mean, but it's not even so much I don't like being told what to do, but don't wag your finger at me. And that's the way it's coming across. Don't wag your finger at me like I'm a child.
Well, so to be fair, that's always going to be the tone, regardless of what the situation is. When it comes to voting, that's how people come across, because what they want is to make it be. So here's my issue with it: is that it's supposed to be a monolith, that we're all going to vote one way or another, whether you're a Democrat, whether you're a Republican, whether you're a man, whether you're a woman, black, whatever. It's like everybody is supposed to go this one particular way. So the finger wagging is, in my opinion, a necessary tool that's being used because it is to shame people. So it may not necessarily be specifically finger wagging in that regard, like, just strictly towards Black men. But I think essentially the issue is people want what they want, and what they want is to make other people do what they feel that they should be doing, or to shame them in another way, to say this, you're incompetent. I don't know what person you're referring to that basically said Black men just get on board, follow the Black woman that's going to vote for Kamala. I'm one of those people that I'm always leery of things like that. I don't believe in like, I'm always leery when we have a consensus about something, because a consensus does not equal a fact nor a truth. It's just a consensus. I have my own personal beliefs about voting in this country. I feel like exercise your right. I feel like more often than not, people don't make informed decisions. And I also feel like this presidential election, and it's not going to change this election year, but it happens all the time, where now all of a sudden people are interested. Now all of a sudden people care. And I'm not saying that they shouldn't care in the presidential elections, but it's the local elections that matter way more. It's those things when you are looking at why in Illinois our property taxes are the way that they are, why our schools are the way that they are, why in certain states they don't even have certain things, like like a lot of those New England states, they don't have pawn shops, they don't have payday loan places. It's illegal. You can't do it there because they know that it messes up the economy. So it's different things like that. Just why you have so many bars, why you have so many liquor stores and things like that in certain neighborhoods. Like, real talk, ain't no dispensaries around our way. Like, where we from, ain't no dispensaries.
Right.
You can't even get a license, but guess what it is? You got heck of liquor stores.
You do.
So those are the things that matter. I just feel like exercise your vote. I'm not going to touch. Listen, I don't know. The way the internets be doing, the way the interwebs be doing. Listen.
The interwebs be webbing. They definitely do.
Man, listen. I'm not going to touch nothing. I'm going to leave that alone. Because I'm not a Black man, so I don't have a dog in that fight. All I'm going to say is I hope everybody will exercise their right to vote, and I hope they make an informed decision when they do vote. And yeah, I'm all I'm gonna say is all skin folk ain't kinfolk.
Jay, watch this.
Oh no. Here comes another DJ Piss 'em Off Cook Off.
Good night, ladies and gentlemen. Good night. Good
Jay,
night.
I hit the button. I hit that button just. Are you going to turn your camera off? But I had to hit this button because you gonna turn your camera back on, Jay. Or you gonna keep being a butthead?
I'm gonna keep being a butthead because I know you finna say some foolishness. I know.
Just like I have the right to vote, I have the right not to vote. Because there is power in not voting too. So just as much power as people believe that we have in our vote, we have just as much power in not voting, right? That's not to say that I'm not going to vote, but that's to say that if us as a collective say, you know what, we sick of this, and we will not cast another vote until some of our issues are met, that would make a significant change. That's all I'll say about that. You got anything else about that, Miss Lady Jae, before I go ahead and move on to the next topic?
I thought you was going to say some real foolishness.
But you know, me saying
I was so concerned. I was sitting here like,
Jay, but you know, me saying that I have the right, you know, me saying that I have the right not to vote is going to piss some people off. So I just went ahead and hit it.
I know.
I just went ahead and hit it. So you know it's coming, and you know it's going to be there. Now, with that said, Miss Lady Jae, I want to talk to you about this daycare that was hiding kids in the basement. Did you hear about that? And it was something like 25 kids, and the police went in and found a hidden door in the house. Jay, how, like, I don't okay, so I saw it on TikTok. So I don't know how accurate it was, because I will admit that I haven't done the research to know how accurate or, you know, whatever that was.
No, they went to jail.
Oh, Lord.
Jail.
So it was real.
Jail.
I don't know what to I don't know what to say about that, Jay. Like, that's crazy. So you just hiding kids in the basement and got people working for you and got people on the payroll. So give me the whole story, Jay. Give me the whole story.
She wasn't necessarily, quote, hiding the kids. She just had a daycare that she wasn't supposed to be running. And basically she had, so you can't in most states have a licensed home daycare center with 25 kids.
Right.
So if she was over, even if she did have a licensed daycare center, she would have been over her numbers. But it was just all kinds of crazy. So basically what happened was she ended up going to, I don't even know how the police ended up at her house, but long story short, they came into her house.
Right.
They were trying to find the kids. They could hear music playing. Then they heard a baby crying, and she had like a hidden door, like a whole wall that shifted, and then it was like steps that went down. So
boy, that sounds like People Under the Stairs, Jay. You remember that movie from back in the day, The People Under the Stairs?
No, I didn't.
Oh my God. I think you supposed to be a movie buff like me, and you don't remember The People Under the Stairs?
It's not that I'm not a movie buff. So it's supposed to be a horror picture.
It's more of a thriller.
Suspenseful.
Yes, it's more of a thriller, suspenseful than it is horror.
Is it because it's not scary? Because you know, like
no, it's not really scary.
Me and Zoe was about to watch a scary movie. Yes, you might have heard of it.
What's that?
The Notebook.
You know what, Jay? Just go keep telling me. Go ahead.
You know them romantic movies.
Yeah,
I'll be like, oh no. But at any rate, so the wall like moves and they go downstairs. It's all of these people. So they kept finding stuff. They found like 25 like little backpacks with stuff in it. She was like, I don't know what she's talking about. You're looking for the kids that were at the park. Just go to the park. She kept like just like sending them all of the day trouble. It was a mess. It was a whole mess. Yeah. So the parents was called and she was like, oh, they shut the daycare down. And ma'am, like you just literally said it was no kids in this house. The fact that these children were in her house and she just tried to play it off like it wasn't a big deal was just mind boggling to me.
Jay, that's
crazy.
Nuts. That's dang on nuts. They should have threw everybody under the jail for the rest of their life. How? Look,
Not for the rest of their life.
From the way
that's going too far.
From the way that I saw it, like the kids was like, it was dirty diapers and man, look, man.
So here's the thing: some parents had kind of complained about some stuff, but I think so. I don't disagree that the daycare should have been shut down.
And I'm not going to say daycare in the first place.
Well, I mean, you set me up to say something I ain't got no business saying, but I mean, because the truth of the matter is, I think it's amazing how people have all of these standards.
Right.
All of a sudden, like, but we see your Facebook post when you be posting these pictures, a little schnicken nugget.
Lord, here you go with schnicken nugget again.
Leave
them babies alone. Shoot, some kids.
It's not the babies, it's the parents, because
leave them alone, Jay. Shoot,
right,
leave them alone.
You're right, because I mean, Boquisha still want a safe, clean, respectable environment. So when she is going out to twerk and get her lace front and her lashes and eat her crab legs, she wants
Lord.
Lil Ron to be, I understand. You're correct.
Jay, you know what? We want better for our kids than we had. And that's all she wanted, something better for her kid. That's all I'm saying.
I know, because you want to drop them off as early as possible and pick them up as late as possible. I understand. Because I had somebody ask me, listen, we was licensed to be open from 6 a.m. to midnight. And I had a lady argue me up and down that if she paid, she did not understand why her child couldn't be there all that time. Right, go ahead, ponder that. I had a lady literally medicate her baby, knowing that the baby was sick. Drop the baby off, and of course, you know, in about an hour and a half, that medication wasn't holding.
Right.
Baby fever sky high. Mama ain't answering the phone. We calling all the people on the emergency contact. And the one emergency contact say, I don't even know why she took the baby. The baby was sick last night. Well, you ain't gonna get her. She already on her way to Wisconsin. You leaving the state, ma'am. Listen. And we ain't gonna even talk about the ones that be like, don't call my husband. Don't call the daddy. He don't know how to take care. Ma'am.
But you done laid down and had a baby with him and probably had more than one. And this be the
second, third, fourth baby. And they just be a
I'm not gonna let you just skip past that. So you called the young lady and then called her emergency contacts to come and get the baby.
And they weren't answering. And the one that answered
was like, oh, you ain't finna get her no way. She going to Wisconsin. Well, who was coming to get the baby?
That's what she said. She was like, she said, I suggest you keep calling because I'm not coming either.
Wow.
So what happened was we had to tell them, like, so if the baby's fever gets to a certain degree, we have to call the ambulance. You can't just, listen, the emergency contact said, well, I could come up there and bring you some Tylenol. You want to get a baby some more medicine? Ma'am.
Well, they weren't having no point. Okay, I won't ask you that.
The baby, it was still a small kid. No, it wasn't a problem child or anything like that.
You knew where I was going, but I wasn't going to ask you that.
I'm going to be, can I just let you in on a little secret?
Go ahead.
Them kids is, challenging. They don't get sick. Baby, they got the strongest immune system. They should have. That's who we needed to be looking into. Them kids got the cure to cancer up, and they don't get sick, baby. No.
So the bad ones don't never get sick.
How often do our kids get sick?
Our kids ain't bad. We ain't got bad kids. Like, they do kid stuff, but we don't have bad kids. We don't.
Okay. I mean, I understand we on the radio. You don't even want to say that. I'm going to tell the truth and stay in church. That one I got, that little girl I got, Baby, she's so bad. Remember the other night we was trying to have a meeting and I had to just cut the meeting short? You know, I can't. I'll have to speak to you at another time. I was that angry. No.
We don't have bad kids, Jay.
Listen, let me, okay, I understand. You don't have bad kids. How many times have I told you that they were sick? How many times have my kids missed school because they were sick?
I mean, we from the old school. You got to be sick to miss school. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be sick to miss school.
Let me just tell you.
If you got the sniffles, you taking your butt to school.
Okay, so them kids don't even get them. They don't even have sniffles, baby. They don't got no food allergies. They don't have no food aversion. They eat everything, baby. No, they don't sleep.
Speaking of eating, Jay, we ain't gonna do the kids like that. I love them kids.
It's just my experience. You're right.
But speaking of eating, Jay, I would like to have a debate with you about the age-old question. Does sugar go in grits?
Now, see, I was trying to say trying not to cuss.
What's your opinion on it, Jay? What's your opinion?
Opinion?
Yes, what's your opinion? It's an opinion. What's your opinion on it, Jay?
So, as a subject matter expert of the culinary arts,
here we go.
Where I'm wrong at?
Jay, here's what I'm gonna say to you.
You just asked me, and then when I put my credentials out here, now you want to try to. You can't usurp my credentials.
Here's what I'm not doing anything about your credentials. Your credentials
I
are
want to talk about people and their inferior taste buds.
And here's what I'm going to say to you, as a culinary expert. How many times have you tried different ingredients in the recipe that either made the recipe better or gave you a different taste that you weren't expecting? How often has that happened?
I mean, I don't know.
No.
I'm counting.
Has it happened?
9,532
Has it happened, Miss Lady Jae? That's what I'm going to ask you.
It has.
It happened? So therefore,
the nasty ass sugar don't go up in no damn grits.
Therefore, it's my grits, and I put what I want in my grits. So if I want sugar in my grits with a little bit of butter, I'm gonna put sugar in my grits.
Oh, would you stop? You making my stomach hurt.
If I want salt and pepper and butter on my grits, I'm gonna put salt and pepper and butter on my grits. It's my business. It's my grit. So, what does my taste buds and what I enjoy to eat have to do with you and your palate? What does it have to do with that?
So I'm going to just tell you, my daddy told me that in this country, we love to talk about our rights, but we don't like to talk about how our rights stop the moment they infringe upon somebody else's rights.
Okay, let's go with that.
So me watching you put that little nasty sugar up in grits.
How does my right to eat grits with sugar in it infringe on your rights? How?
It's just downright un-American.
Close your damn eyes and don't look. How about that?
But I black your damn eyes. See, this why this is why we get into it all the time. Because you forever saying some foolishness.
How about you mind your business? How about you mind your business?
See, you making me knock my doggone thing out. So listen, let me say this. Sugar don't go up in grits. Let me tell you why. Grits are supposed to be savory, not sweet.
They my grits, and I can put whatever I want in my grits.
You know what? Every time you say that, all I picture is that scene in Holiday Heart where she got that damn bicycle. Because ain't no way sugar go up in grits. So every time you say sugar in grits, I just picture her coming out with that damn bike, or when Whitney Houston sitting there and she going, Bobby, because this is just giving crackhead. I'm not understanding. No, incorrect. Wrong answer. Delete.
If I want sugar
you
and
can.
butter
You right.
on my grits, that's what I'm gonna do. If I want salt and pepper and butter on my grits, that's what I'm gonna do. They my damn grits.
You're right. Listen.
My grits ain't got nothing to do with you and your culinary experience, nor does it have anything to do with your palate, Jay, because you ain't eating them.
You're right, but it's just like how you said you have a right to vote or not to vote, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm. But go ahead. I want you to have that same conversation with GMJ and tell her you ain't voting.
I'm not going to swing back around to that conversation because I don't want to get back into a political conversation. But what I will say about that specifically is that our people didn't die for us to just take whatever they give us. That's what I'll say about that. But
I agree.
I'm talking about sugar and grits. And I'm just
saying it's okay. Like sometimes we have to do what we have to do. So sometimes it's just the pipe. I understand that the crackhead decisions that we make, no.
The crackhead decisions that we make.
Sugar don't go up in no grits.
You know what? You know what?
So here's the thing.
I'm gonna sneak some sugar in your grits.
Oh, don't do that. I would be so mad.
I wouldn't.
First of all, I don't even eat grits that often.
Like all jokes aside, I would never put anything in your food that I know that you don't eat.
So I very rarely eat grits to begin with, and if I do, and it got that you talking about piss me off.
I wouldn't do that, TJ. I wouldn't do that.
I would be so. I can just. Oh, that would come from such a deep place. You know, that's one of them things that you file for divorce over. Like, what? Oh, child, no. If I was single and I was dating somebody and they said that, I would be like, oh, no.
So if you were single and you were dating a guy and you saw him put sugar in his grits, would you break up with him?
Baby, listen.
I know Ricky Bobby from the South, so he don't put sugar in his grits. I'm sure
tumbleweeds.
Jay, I don't see why, man. Like it's you
know how I gotta think about food, but you know I have a very deep love affair with food. So I have some things, and even like I don't like dating people and they don't eat certain things. Cause I'm like, what are you, a damn toddler? How you like, I can't do, like if you get allergies, I get it. But when people be having, like it's 97 things you don't eat. And picking food apart and that drives me insane. I can't do it because where we going? We're never going to be able to go anywhere. We're not going to be able to eat nothing. And then you know how I cook. Like it's certain stuff I may not eat it, but I understand it. You know, like I make lots of things. You know, because Sunshine loves Asian cuisine.
Right.
I'm not going to eat none of them little live things that be moving around. I'm not doing.
Yeah, no, thank you, Jay. But what I'm saying to you is this.
I told you tumbleweeds.
This is what
over.
I'm saying to you. This is what I'm talking about. Me specifically.
Right? Okay, go ahead.
I like them both well. I like them both ways. I like salt, pepper, and salt, pepper, and butter in my grits, and I like sugar and butter in my grits. I like them both ways. It just depends on how I feel that day.
We need to put this up in a DSM-5. This might be.
You know what, Jay? You know what?
It's something like that's triggering me. I'm thinking it might be some type of. When you said it and you said both, I'm gonna say one note I picture. I promise you, and I know you gonna think I'm exaggerating, but you can tell when I'm lying because we that close. I pictured it. I just pictured it because what type of that sound like some serial killer mess.
Look, both. I'm not saying all together. I'm not saying all together. I know.
I'm saying it just depends on how you feel. So
I like sugar in my grits. And sometimes I just want salt, pepper, and salt, pepper, and butter.
This giving personality disorder. I don't like it. We gonna have to. We need an assessment. Come on, let's go to the. We going.
Say what you want to say.
You know what? I'm gonna give you a pass. You are a multiple combat veteran. It was something that happened in the sandbox. You right.
It wasn't. I ate sugar in my
had
grits
to be.
growing up.
You should have just let it go. You should have just let it go right there.
I ate sugar in my grits growing up, and then I ate salt, pepper, and butter in my grits growing up.
Lord Jesus.
Because I mean, you know, they taste good.
You giving me an eye ache.
You know what, Jay? You know
look
what?
at my eye. Look at it. Look at what you did. You about to give me a stroke.
It's fine, Jay. It's fine. All right, Miss Lady J, you know what time it is. I know what time it is. And we know what time it is. It's Monday. You had a whole weekend to work on it. If you would please, Miss Lady J. Did you cuss? I bet you did cuss. I bet you cussed it. Did you cuss?
Of course I cussed.
Lord.
Them kids, man. But let me tell you what. So at this point, it just, I know I talk a good game about like how kids get on my nerves and bloody, bloody, bloody. But I was so vexed driving home and I saw a kid turning around in the seat. And I'm like, how are you
Were they in the front
driving?
seat or the back seat?
Did it damn hell matter that the car is moving? We on Stony Island, G. Stony Island. And being honest, there's no part of Stony Island is considered, oh, this is a safe stretch of Stony Island for me to be able to. No.
Yeah, it's rough all the way up Stony Island.
From the rooter to the tutor, baby.
Yeah.
And I'm frustrated. And I'm like, you know, I try to mind my business. And I'm just like, that bothers me when people do that. And I immediately had this flashback to last week. I saw somebody in another car holding like a very small, I mean, like this is a new baby. It wasn't like, the baby probably wasn't fresh out the womb.
Right.
But you ain't been out long. Like, you know, you fresh on the yard. You know what I mean? Like here. The baby's still on work release. Like you could go back any day now. Like, you know, like, come on.
Right.
And y'all driving on Lafayette, holding a baby in the back seat. I'm like, the stuff that people do. And it just frustrated me. And when I say a baby, it was turning around in the seat, I mean, a baby had to be like, maybe like, you know, a mobile infant. So no more than like 18 months.
Right.
Why? Definitely nowhere near not being in a car seat. And I mean, and I'm being liberal when I'm saying that the baby was 18 months.
But Jay, why did that lead you to cuss?
Okay, I'm gonna start over. I know
you ain't gotta start over.
I know it's because you put sugar in your grits.
Oh, here we go. You ain't gotta start over. I'm just curious as to why that led you to curse. Because
we're on Stony Island. This is a vehicle. This kid is turning around.
Hey.
Seriously, if anything happened, that baby more than likely was not going to. You notice they teach these classes over and over again. 40 miles per hour can be fatal for an adult. And in most cases is, right? Right, Mr. Copper?
I agree.
So a child, and I'm like, what are you doing that you don't know this kid turning around? They probably put sugar in their grits. That's probably what it was.
Here you go.
See?
All right,
Jay.
Salt? I'm going to give you my opinion before I pass my verdict about
I was just frustrated because I didn't understand how they didn't see it, and they was just driving down the street.
I'm going to give you my opinion before I pass my verdict on you and cussing Jay. Here's the thing, man. Like sometimes you got to let people be who people gonna be. You know what I mean? So you getting yourself all in a tizzy and cussing when you're not supposed to be cussing about something that you ain't got no control over. You know what I'm saying? Like Jay, at some point, man, you just gotta let people be people. I know that you have a shepherd spirit. I know you do. But sometimes you just gotta let people be people, Jay, and people are gonna people, and what people gonna do is people. You understand what I'm saying? Because that's just the one you saw. Now, what about the ones that you didn't see, and the one that the mama's sitting in the driver's seat with the baby on over their shoulder, and she trying to burp the baby while she's driving and putting on makeup and going 80 on the highway.
Listen, let me tell you, I am that person. When I see people doing stuff like that, my memory work real good. I memorize license plate numbers, and I'm that person that I know what type of car it is.
Right.
I'll be like, so yes, thank you, Highway Patrol. I just saw a 2007 Hyundai Sonata, and the license plate was such and such. Because no, that's not okay.
So I'm going to pass my verdict on you, Jay.
Pass the verdict on them nasty.
I'm going to pass my verdict on you, Jay. You better quit order in the court. Jay, was a cussable offense.
I know the hell it was.
But the reason why I say it was a cussable offense, man, is because at some point, it still takes a village, right? And whether people know it or not, there is value in wisdom, and there is value in us being the age that we are. And trying to pass on said knowledge. You know what I mean? Like, why put whatever it was, it couldn't have been that important. Additionally, why isn't if the kid, you said the kid was less than 18 months?
This was a small kid, yeah.
So why the hell wasn't the kid in a damn car seat, man? Like, what are we doing?
I mean, the kid was like in a car seat because I could see how small the child was, and they were up, like turned around, which means they probably wasn't buckled in properly.
So again, what's the so they may as well not had been in a damn child seat. Like, what are we doing, man? Like, it's just
listen.
And then you on Stony Island, you know how it be over there, man. Like, and then it's always some N-word stuff going on over there. It's always like, man, look, Jay, was a cussable offense.
Ish.
Yeah.
Niche.
But Jay, it was a cussable offense. But what I don't like about it is that you getting all up in arms about it. That's what I don't like about it. You being mad and irritated about it, ain't nothing we gonna be able to do about it, G.
I mean, it was fleeting, but I still was like, you know what? I just prayed. I was like, Lord, I hope they pull over. And I was thinking maybe they don't know. Because I mean, it happened to me. It happened to me once. I look back and I ain't see Zachary. Baby, I pulled over so fast. Because for a minute, I thought I was hallucinating. Because I was like, I know I ain't leave him at home.
Lord. But Jay, the thing is, man, is people are gonna people. And I allow people to people. And I try not to get worked up over peopling. I know I said a whole lot of peoples there, but that's how I
just didn't want the little baby to lose his life because you gotta. That's tragic.
It is very much so, very much so. So, Miss Lady Jae, as we transition to the retired Dad Chronicles, right?
Mm-hmm.
I done went down another rabbit hole, Jay.
Of the different type of grits you can have. And the different types of sugars you could put up in them.
So you like cheese in your grits? Exactly. And there are quite a few people who enjoy cheese in their grits. So I don't want to hear it. You like
so
eggs?
I'm gonna say
you like eggs in your grits, Jay?
It depends. So listen,
you like cheese and eggs in your grits, Jay?
Listen. The cheese.
No, I don't want to listen because we talking about the retired Dad Chronicles and we ain't talking about these grits.
You gonna ask me a damn question? You know what? You need to be a politician asking questions you don't want the answer to.
But Jay, I done
YM for president.
I done went down this rabbit hole of my Acura, right? Because I got an 04 Acura RSX, you know what I mean? And it's just my little car to, beat around and get back and forth, and it's nothing special, you know what I mean? Just my little car, right? But I'm ready to build it, right? I'm ready to build it, and I'm ready to make it a formidable vehicle, right? I'm ready to do that. And
okay.
I've been down the rabbit hole of car parts, Jay, and boy, I have a list of probably 60 items that I'm going to put in this car. When I'm done, Jay,
60.
woo, when I'm done, Jay, woo, you know I'm gonna bring it up there and let you ride in it, right? I'm gonna let you ride. I'm gonna give you a ride in the car. You can't drive it, but you can ride in it. What's that about?
None. I'm gonna wait till you in there, put some sugar in the grits, and take them car keys and be gone.
But
since we making bad decisions,
I am going to make it's going to be a formidable vehicle. But when I'm done with it, woo boy. Whoo boy.
I ain't getting up in there.
Yeah, why not? Why not?
Lord.
You know, I'm gonna have the the roll
I had
bar,
my
the
time
racing
with all
harnesses.
them fast cars. Lord knows if I go back.
Not fast like this, Jay. Not fast like this.
Oh, okay. I mean, I understand.
I'm just
it's
saying,
okay.
not fast like this.
I mean, you know what? And it's okay, because guess what? I'm old now, and I didn't survive way too much.
I have comfortable seats in there for you to be comfortable in the passenger seat.
Listen, I want to play shuffleboard. I'm at the point where I want a rocking chair and some shuffleboard. I don't want no more fast living. But I want to take my time.
I'm going to build this vehicle, and yeah, Jay, it's going to be a monster. So I'm going to start with the engine. I'm going to put a turbo on it.
Okay.
And you know, I'm gonna I'm just gonna have a standalone ECU with a standalone fuel management system. Like it's finna be something special.
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? And then
don't put no sugar in the gas tank, though. Don't do that.
Boy, you know what? But this car is gonna be something. It's gonna be something serious. You know what I mean? And I'm probably gonna repaint it and have a nice paint job put on it, and you know, decent wheels and tires. And then once I'm done running it a couple times, because I'm gonna take it to the track. You know, to be able to see what it can do safely, because I'm grown now, so I still got to do things safely. And then after I see what it can do, I'm gonna turn it down and, you know, just let it be my daily driver until somebody irritates me a little bit. Not angry. I'm going to say irritates me, because anger has led me to a lot of traffic tickets. So I'm gonna try not to get angry. You know what I mean? I may flip the bird once or two and holler and scream in the car.
Yeah, don't do that here. You know, they shoot people here.
I don't want no issues. But I'm gonna bring it up there, because I got to bring it up there for my dad and my brother to see, because you know my brother is building. He's building a what is he building? He's building a 300. Yeah, so he's getting ready to do an engine swap on his 300, and you know, do all the stuff that's necessary for his 300 to you know, look like a 300, but under the hood it's a little bit more. And that's what that Acura is going to be. It's going to look like an Acura, you know, like just a lowered Acura. You know, I'm not going to do a hood exit or anything like that. I'm going to have a full exhaust system. You know what I mean? It's still going to be a street vehicle, but it's going to have a lot of power behind it. So those who know, I'm going to all-wheel drive it, and it's going to be a very formidable vehicle, right? So that's what's going on, Jay. So I'm pretty sure I'm going to have more to talk about once I get to, you know, building the motor. I probably won't start the build until next year, and I'll probably start having my first parts coming to the house, because I'm going to build the block first, and then I'm going to build the head. So the parts for my block, I probably won't start getting them till January, February, and I should be done with the block probably March, probably right around your birthday. And then the head, I'll probably start getting the parts for the head in April, May. And then in June and July, I'll be done with the head. And then as I'm working, you know what I mean, I'll be buying parts, because I'm not going to do the tuning myself. I'm going to have somebody tune it, and it's going to be formidable, Jay. And I hope that you'll be able to catch a ride with your boy. So that's what I got.
I'm not getting up in there.
Yeah, you will.
Nope, I'm not.
If I asked you to, you would.
We ain't going nowhere but around the corner.
That's fine. We'll just go around the corner, and I'll hit it once or twice and then turn it down.
Driving Miss Daisy. So I'm in there screaming and scared. Oh no,
but Jay, it's like safety wise, I'm gonna have all the safety equipment that's needed. You know what I mean? And to be quite honest with you, I'm probably not like on the street. I'm not gonna turn it up. You know what I mean? I'll probably only have it at about 300 or 400 horses on the street. But on the track, I ain't gonna tell what the number gonna be on the track. But on the track, it's gonna be something different, Jay. It's gonna be something different. But it's gonna be a fully built motor. I'm gonna do most of the work myself, and what I can't do, I'm gonna, find some shops in the local area that can do it. But I'm gonna do most of the work myself, and then I'm gonna have I'm gonna try to partner with a shop so then that way they can inspect the work and make sure I ain't getting ready to flush my money down the toilet. You know what I mean? All right, Miss Lady Jae, it's been great talking to you. You are my best friend in the world. But it's time to close the show. And with all of that said, Miss Lady Jae, if you would please, your final thoughts.
Well, let's start with this car. I'm glad you're doing it. We've been talking about building cars and doing stuff for years, and you finally at the point where you can do all of that nice, cool stuff. I'm not building nothing. I thought I was. I'm tired. I changed my mind. I can't see. I can't hear. I'm ready to go ahead and set it on down. Give me a nice little rocking chair.
Lord.
All I want, listen. I want my little pickup truck, a tractor, and that's it. I'm good. Go ahead and have fun. I'm gonna watch you. Send me videos. I understand. It's okay.
Uh-huh.
I mean, for real. Listen, at one point I wanted to do all that. Now I just wanna spend time with my boo thing. That's it. Chill a little bit. Get some grandbabies and bite them up. That's it.
Well, I'm ready to be a pop, so.
Oh, that's going to be one spoiled grandchild, Lord. You're going to spoil your grandkid.
Uh-huh.
Now, as far as me and trying not to cuss, I know it was a cussable offense. I wasn't too out of my gourd, but it just bothers me when people put children who don't have a choice, that don't even know. It's like, man, we got to do better. We really do. They deserve a chance. The world is cruel enough. We should be doing everything we can to protect them. So that's why I had that type of response. So no, I didn't need you to tell me it was a cussable offense. I
could have went the other way, Jay. What you mean? I'm just saying, it could have went the other way.
I'm not about to play with you. So I ain't gonna touch this sugar and grits thing because I already told you that you was wrong. You'll be fine. You're wrong. It's okay. I mean, nobody's perfect. It's all right. We gonna get in contact with the APA, and we gonna have to start. We just need to go up in the DSM-5. Now listen,
I'm grown.
that's about. You know how crazy that is.
I'm grown.
Crazy as having 25 kids in your basement with a trap door. Crazy.
Yeah.
And then gonna call a parent to my son. Oh no, don't be in a rush. You take your time. They're just closing the daycare that you said wasn't here. The daycare that you said wasn't here. After they counted the bags, and they had 25 bags that had diapers and wipes and talking about some, I don't even know the lie she told. It was so ridiculous. She said she was cleaning them out or something, some type of, it was so dumb. The lie didn't even make no sense. But anyway, it was crazy. Pure foolishness. Mm-hmm. Now, what I'm going to say about this whole voting thing, I think it's important, but I don't agree with shaming people, but that's what we do, whether it's now via social media, before social media, when it was in print. This is where we get political cartoon strips. Is the whole thing. The whole point is to shame people and make them feel bad to vote for the person that they feel is the more qualified candidate.
Right.
Now, I do agree with something you said that we should stop voting just to be voting and accepting whatever they give us. And they, at that point, when you were speaking, you were talking about us of the African diaspora living in America. But I'm going to say, as Americans, period, we should be sick of this, not necessarily two-party system, but the fact that almost every election comes down to the lesser of evils. We should be damn sick of that. Because right now, that's what it's coming down to. It's coming down to that. And that's just what it is. It's not a good choice for everybody. And that's the problem, that we are more so okay with voting for somebody that fits us. And if it don't fit the next person, oh, well, too bad, so sad. And that's just, it's a sad situation and we got to do better. And that's all I got to say about that.
Well, thank you for your final thoughts, Miss Lady Jae. And where I'm going to start is with the sugar in the grits. If I want to put sugar in my grits, it's my business. If I want eggs and
the men in them white coats is coming.
Look, whatever. If I want eggs in my grits and
the
cheese,
sugar coats are coming. The sugar coats
and cheese. If I want to put cheese in my grits, it's my food. Why are we so worried about everybody else's damn food? It's my food, and I can do what I want with my food. I mean, there are people who don't like their food to touch. You know what I'm saying? And you
I know I live with one of them.
And as a culinary expert, that sometimes when food touch, it gives you a whole different experience.
Yeah, Zoe have a fit if that green juice get on that cornbread. She gonna lose the baby. She don't like it.
All I'm saying, but real talk, Jay, like all I'm saying is like, man, we so worried about people putting sugar in grits, but people don't wash their damn hands, and ain't nobody saying nothing about that. How about that?
That's nasty.
That is disgusting. You know what I'm saying?
No,
Yo, ain't nothing wrong with sugar in your grits. Ain't nothing wrong with salt, pepper, and butter. Ain't nothing wrong with cheese. Ain't nothing wrong with cheese and eggs. Ain't nothing wrong with it. However you want to ingest your grits is your damn business, and eat them however you want to eat them. That's what I gotta say. I'm not gonna stress myself out because somebody don't like iPhone.
I'll just be getting insurance policies on people.
I'm not gonna be mad if people don't like Apple. I'm not gonna be mad.
Oh.
So with that being said, just because you don't enjoy sugar in your grits, it's okay, Jay, because you my homie. You know what I'm saying? So you can eat your grits however you want to eat your grits. I'll even make them for you because I'm really good at breakfast, and I won't put no sugar in them. I won't put no sugar in your grits. And then they'll just be grits, and you can put whatever you want in your grits.
Oh no, you can't just see.
Jay,
you're right. Amen. God bless. I love you. You know what? You're a really good friend. I appreciate it.
Whatever you want in your grits.
And you know what?
I'm going to prepare them properly. Listen. No, I ain't listening. This is my turn to talk.
Text Buttercup and let her know I'm yet praying for a screen.
You put whatever you want in your grits. How about that? So when it comes to you and trying not to cuss, Jay, I do think it's a cussable offense. However, I understand your level of concern, but I don't want you getting worked up for something that you can't control. You know what I mean? Like because I know how passionate you are, especially when it comes to children. I know how passionate you are, and I know how much you care. And I just don't want you working yourself up over a situation where at the end of the day, you could say something to them and then they be ready to cuss you out like you wrong.
Oh, I ain't say nothing. I just look and start praying.
I know.
But I had cuss first, to be honest.
I know. But at the end of the day, Jay, like I want you to take care of you, and I want you to be safe. So I don't want you mad and cussing at folks because they ain't doing what they're supposed to do. You know what I mean? Just say, hey, I'm gonna say a prayer for you, Lord Jesus. Please keep him to the cross and keep it moving. Keep him near the cross, or I cover you in the blood of Jesus and call it good, Jay, and let it go. Because with a lot of these situations, you know, you end up in a situation where, you know, now you cussing and fussing at somebody. You know what I mean? It reminds me of Taste the Gospel. That's what it reminds me of. And I'll just leave it at that.
No, you didn't bring up Taste the Gospel.
Yeah, but again, that was a situation where I won't go into detail.
She started it.
I know she did, Jay, but that was a situation where you got worked up when it was unnecessary and you weren't feeling well. Say what you gotta say. Say what you gotta say and keep it moving. That's how I feel about it.
I did say what I had to say, and she thought it was going to end right there, and then because she thought she was at the baby. Listen,
we'll leave it where it is, right? But I don't want you in situations where you're all upset and worked up, and when at the end of the day, none of it matters. So
you're right. I'm just gonna find my rocket ship and go back to my planet.
Going back. Now, when it comes to me building this rocket that we know is an Acura RSX, man, look, when I'm done with this car, Jay, woo, boy, it's gonna be something special. You know, and I'm really thinking about like when I really get into the build and I really get to start to do the build, I'm really thinking about doing a YouTube channel for it. So stay tuned for that. You know, I may end up doing a YouTube channel for it to basically like everything that I'm putting in the car, everything that I want done to the car, I'm going to put it on YouTube and make a YouTube channel out of it. Maybe I can make some of my money back. You know what I mean? So I'm really thinking about that, making a YouTube channel for it. So yeah, that's that. Now this situation with these 25 kids in the daycare, man, look, I mean, the parents knew, but they didn't care because she was probably cheap. You know what I'm saying? And you know, I get that things are expensive these days, but at the expense of your child, come on. Like, we're supposed to be here protecting our kids, and you putting kids in what could potentially be a very dangerous situation to save a couple bucks. You know what I mean? And I get it, man. I get, you know, things, inflation, and, you know, we ain't making as much as we used to in relation to, you know, when you do the relation to what we're spending versus what we're making. I get it, man, but we got to take care of our kids and to protect our kids. At the end of the day, I would hope that I was the dad who my kids want to keep around when I don't move so good no more. You know what I mean? So I'm going to do what's necessary to protect my babies. Last and absolutely not least, when it comes to these celebrities and people who are wagging their finger at black men, you a black man too, and you know what happens when people wag their finger at you. So what you think finna happen? And the thing that pisses me off the most is for the masses to continue to think that we are misinformed. I would say that those who are going to vote are just as informed, if not more informed, than any other voting bloc in the country. I'll die on that hill. That the black men who are going to vote are far more informed than anybody else, because we have more at stake than any other group of people, right? Because when it comes to this country and it comes to voting and it comes to putting people in office, we, meaning black men, have been railroaded the most. 94 crime bill, anybody? So to continue to say that we are misinformed and we don't know what we're doing is disingenuous. And it's another situation where you just want what you want, but you know you need us to get what you want. Whether or not Vice President Harris is the next president or if former President Trump becomes the next president, At the end of the day, all this running your mouth and talking does nothing for the community. It does nothing. Because these same people that's running to vote for the president ain't voting locally. So shut up. And that's exactly how I feel about it. When we're voting locally in droves like this, then that's when you can come talk to me. And not a moment before. Because guess what? YM votes locally. Everything that comes up locally, yes, YM is voting. Because that's what affects me and affects my children day to day. Right? If we're being honest, if we're being brutally honest, the presidency really doesn't affect us day to day. It really doesn't. Most of what the presidency does is affects us nationally and amongst the world. That's mostly what the presidency does. Of course, the president is commander in chief. I got all of that. I was in the military 21 years. Got it. But how we look to the rest of the world is what the presidency does for us, right? But guess what a president can't do on their own? Most of what goes on in the country. So guess who you got to vote for? You got to vote locally, right? Then you got to vote in the state, in the city, right? Then you got to vote in the state, right? And you got to vote in the county, right? Because if we have a Republican president but a Democratic Senate, guess what that Republican president is going to be able to do? Nothing. So until people are really ready to have a full discussion about what it really means to vote, miss me with all that foolishness. I'm good. That's exactly how I feel. Jay, miss me with it. Because they quick to talk about the presidency, but nobody's talking about the House and the Senate. Where's this voter push for the House and the Senate? Where is it? Because because Obama ran into the same thing. You had a Democratic president with a Republican Senate. So now he can't make no moves, right? Democratic president, Republican Senate. It takes them all to be able to pass a bill. It takes them all to be able to pass a law. But we're not talking about that, are we? Only thing people want to talk about is the presidency. And that's how and that's the trick bag we fall into every 4 years, and I'm sick of it. So miss me with it. So with all of that said, Miss Lady Jae. With all of that said, Miss Lady Jae, you got anything else for the people before we get out of here?
No, sir. You got it.
All right, Miss Lady Jae. Well, thank you for your time.
Bye.
This is The Rally Point with me and Miss Lady Jae. If you're trying to get a hold of the show, you can reach us at info.therallypointradioshow@gmail.com. That again is info.therallypointradioshow@gmail.com. If you're not done listening to us talk, you can also swing over to youtube.com. Remember, like, comment, and subscribe to the Sophisticated Spark podcast. That again is the Sophisticated Spark podcast. You can find Sophisticated Spark on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, anywhere you get your podcasting from. You can even Google Sophisticated Spark podcast and you'll find us. If you're trying to follow me, I am DJ_YM4 on both Instagram and TikTok. That again is DJ_YM4. If you're trying to follow Miss Lady Jae, you can find her on Instagram and Facebook at Lady Jae Speaks. That again is at Lady Jae Speaks. Thanks for listening to the Rally Point Radio Show. See you next time.